We're live now.
We're live.
Now we're live.
Yeah. We are. See it.
Hey guys, everyone! It's V, the Guerrilla Economist, coming to you live. We have Dex, we have Frank here from the Watchers Trade Room.
Yeah.
Amazing, exciting things are going on at Watt. You guys need to join. We're also having a cryptocurrency crash course, which will be this Friday, and Frank and Dex are here to talk about it.
Yeah.
Guys, what's up? What's going on?
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Hey,
Not much, man. I'm hanging in there, bro. Just another day in the jungle, man. Another day in the jungle. It could be better, could be worse. It is what it is.
Yeah, we're actually giving away something for free this time. So, these live webinars, they're a lot of fun. We have a ton of fun. We have questions and answers with Dex, with myself, with UV. And we've talked about cryptos before, but we've never done a crypto crash course. So this time we're doing something cool. I'm going to cover everything I can without boring everybody on just the basics of getting into cryptos, but we're also going to give you a link and a password to a free mini course on cryptos. And so you're going to get a little free course that comes with it. So register. Link is in the description. When you register, you'll get a link to the live webinar. And then when you join us on the webinar or watch the replay, you'll get your link to the mini course and your password to check it out. So we're giving away some cool stuff this time. So check us out. It's a link in the description. And we're excited. But dude, Dex has done some sick things this week. And we were already having a lot of fun at watchestrade.io. And then Dex decided to go ape. No pun intended. He decided to go ape on his daily trade sheets. And so it's insane. He updated the algorithm today for everybody who's in the room so that anybody who's doing what's called the daily sheet, which is like, seriously, again, this pun intended, a gorilla could do it. Like, you literally click a couple things, pick your trades, put in your prices, and then just move your stops when you're in profit.
Why can't it be just a monkey?
A monkey could do it. Yeah. So what he did was he made that he started using his more aggressive algorithm for that daily tab, which basically means you're going to be in profits faster. You're going to be in profits more often. Your trades are going to risk less. So I'm looking at him. I'm like you had that up your sleeve. And he had his reasons for sort of trickling it out. He wanted to give us some time to adjust to his algorithms. But I'm like blown away. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, late last night, like 11:30, I'm like, hey, these stop losses are really tight. Is that a mistake? And he's like, nope. And then this morning, one of our members, I went to bed kind of early, so relatively early. And one of our members was like, hey, Dex, did you incorporate the day trading algorithm or whatever? And he's like, yep, nobody noticed yet. See, V, this is the thing. Like, you know me, if we make an update to anything, I want to tell everybody right away, right? I'm sending out emails. Hey, we updated this class. It's great. We updated this product. It's awesome. Dex is kind of a creepy, weird guy, right, Dex? So what Dex...
You know it.
That's messed up.
So what Dex likes
why you got to say that about my man?
What Dex likes to do, because he's a creepy guy, is he likes to just unleash these major changes and just see if anybody notices. And it's like, how do you... I couldn't do it. I would be like screaming from the rooftops the second I posted it. But he's like, yeah, I'll see if anybody notices. So, of course, now he works with me. That doesn't work anymore, because as soon as I find out, I'm like, we're going live.
Yeah, that tripped me out when he did that. And next thing I know, we were live.
That's funny.
But anyway, yeah, we're excited. So some cool things. We should tell other people, too. We started a new show called the What Monday. And it's the pre-market pulse scan. And it's one of these shows where we're borderline giving away too much for free, where Dex is essentially showing you what the pulse waves are doing that week in about 10 different instruments. Things like the S&P, things like Bitcoin. So look for those. We do them Sunday night when the trade sheets come out. And if you check on Monday, it's gonna leak some stuff. I mean, you're still gonna want to have the pulse waves, don't get me wrong, but it's pretty valuable intel. So check that out at the Watch Us Trade YouTube. But anyway, that's enough for commercials anyway. We're here to talk markets. So what's going on, guys?
These markets is what's going on. They don't know what to do.
No, they're driving us crazy.
It's like, for the most part, the cryptos are really starting to wake up.
Yeah.
The stock indexes have been really quiet and kind of struggling a little bit.
Mhm.
And gold has been suppressed, but not like it used to be. In other words, this morning we're back above 1,300. We're right at the highs of the day right now at 1,311. Silver broke back up, and now it's at $15.21. So the precious metals are starting to wake up, and once the metals wake up, and then in addition to that, you got cryptos going too. Look out below, because when that really gets kicking off, unfortunately, we're going to see like a whirlwind effect when the cryptos and start going higher, and the precious metals are waking up too. And then you see the mining sector coming in third. The next thing that's going to move at that point is more than likely, it will be the bond market. The bond market will start to rally again too, and people are expecting the bonds to crash, but not so. The bonds are going to stay right where they are, and they're going to start to move up higher, and that's going to make it very difficult for the Fed to raise rates. Hard to raise rates when yields are falling through the floor. In addition to that, when that happens, I believe that the stock market will start to go down and will start retracing, and I think the market will have a full blown correction in equities, and it will be not just the S&P, Dow, and Nasdaq, but I think it's going to be a global effect. You'll see the FTSE, you'll see the Hang Seng, you'll see all of these starting to move lower, as well as people take money out of equities, put it into safer assets like bonds and precious metals, and of course the cryptos. People are not going to want to miss the next crypto wave because they missed the first one.
Yeah, man.
So because of that, and because the NASDAQ exchange is building out a crypto platform and a database for it, you can expect for everybody and their mother to get involved in cryptos who missed the first wave. The second wave will be 2 to 3 times larger than the first wave.
Wow.
So you will see cryptos hitting prices you never even thought possible, while the stock market is heading lower. Then people are going to be like, "Oh my goodness, my mining stocks are going through the roof. Oh my, this is so amazing." And it's going to be very, very fun for those that are in the know. The downside is that unless you have the pulse wave price triggers, you're not going to know what's going on, and you're not going to know when it's going on.
It's true.
Because you won't have the rally alerts or the crash alerts, and not just the alert system, but you won't have the price triggers telling you what to watch for during the trading session. See, that's the trick, is knowing where to get in and when to get in, because it's not about timing as much as it is about price. Price beats time any day.
Yeah,
Always remember that.
You say that, I think it goes right past people, or it just makes their heads kind of spin. It took me a while to figure out what you were saying there. Price beats timing, and because people are always saying, "Hey, you got to time the market. You got to time the market." And your thing is like, no, that's not at all what you got to do. You've got to price the market. You've got to look at. Can you expound on that a little bit for people who it just went right past them?
Absolutely not. Not. If you would like to know more about that, then you're going to want to come over to watchestrade.io, and then you'll find out more about that.
Yeah, but you can't give us a little crumb. Okay,
I'll give it to you like this. You have channels on YouTube saying, "Look at this! Everyone became a Bitcoin expert overnight." They were showing you pretty little charts. Look at this breakout. I caught all of this. See?
Yeah.
If you were with me, you would have caught this, right? Well, what year is it? It was 2018. You saw all these videos between 2017 and 2018, all types of videos, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. Everybody had a trading room. Everybody's an expert, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, see, if you were with me, you would have made all this money. But the real experts
I know what you're going to say.
are the ones that didn't get in when Bitcoin hit 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, or even 20,000. Now you would say, hey, but the timing was perfect. It broke out. No. Price beats time. The time to have bought is when people like Da Vinci came on and told you, hey, Bitcoin, it's 11 cents. You want to get in there and you can mine and you can buy them. People like him back in 2011, when the price was 11 cents.
Yeah.
That price beats any time after the fact when the market really broke out and started trending. Price beats time every time. Would you want to be the guy who bought Bitcoin at 5,000 and then watch it go to 20,000? Or do you want to be the guy that bought Bitcoin at 11 cents and watched it go to 20,000?
Yeah.
And he had 100,000 coins. You dig?
Absolutely. So, but there's also another aspect to that for those of us who are looking to trade the markets today, which is the price action itself tells you where it's moving, and you want that confirmation before you just jump into everything.
Oh, I'm not done.
Okay, sorry.
That was so rude. All right, so another example of how price beat time, again, in the Bitcoin example I just gave you, when Bitcoin hit 20,000, there were so many channels on YouTube saying, I'm telling you, this thing is on its way to 60,000, 100,000. People were doing interviews, famous people that people know, I won't say no names, was telling people when it was at 20,000 that it was going to 60 and 100,000, and why you need to get in now. They were selling courses and they were selling all this stuff. And I was the only dude dressed in wool and lamb's wool and goat hair from head to toe, while it was 120 degrees outside in the middle of the desert, crying in the wilderness saying, get out of Bitcoin, or at least tighten up your stops and take profit. You can always get back in. Please get out of Bitcoin. Please, please. And I was laughed at as the crazy dude wearing goat hair in the middle of the desert.
Well,
and
your wardrobe
again, price beat time, though. Price beat time. The price was 20,000. And I said, get out. And if you can short it, go ahead and do that. For those of you outside the US. Price beat time. In the US and other places, they were saying buy, 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 buy. I said, get out and or sell, 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 sell at that price. The only one on YouTube. What happened? Today, we're at 5,265 on the futures. So, in my examples that I just gave, price beat time. The timers were telling you it's time to get in. It's 20,000. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. It's going to 60. They said the time was the time. The time was now. Get in. I said, no. The price is saying something different than your timing. The price is saying get out. Now, you wouldn't be able to tell that looking at a chart because the market was straight up in a straight line, looking bullish. There was absolutely nothing bearish on that chart. Nothing. But the pulse wave said, just a minute. There is something bearish on the chart. You can't see it because it doesn't show up on a chart. It's happening in the price action. The algorithms start giving crash alerts. And guess what? The market crashed.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is you need them pulse wave price triggers because you're not going to know. Listening to talking heads on YouTube or on the business channels, you're not going to know it. You're not going to get it. You're not going to know because they're looking at a chart. Charts lie. Did you know that? A chart can lie.
Yeah.
I've done many videos on YouTube showing where a stock closed bullish or closed at new all-time highs, and then the next day, let's say it was a stock that was, let's say it was like $5 stock on Monday, and then on Tuesday it went to $35, and everybody was like, "I'm rich." And then when Wednesday came, the stock was trading at $1. It crashed overnight.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have seen that on a chart. As a matter of fact, you wouldn't have seen it looking at the financials reports or the earnings reports of the company. It was some insider information that was released after the fact that said they were going to stop giving out a dividend. How can you see that on a chart? You can't. How could you know that even if you were into insider trading, you wouldn't? Because no one was talking. But the price action was talking. You feel me? There are things that the market gives out, signals that can only be picked up with the algorithms.
Wow.
And if you're not trading with the algorithms, you are wide open. You are a sheep in the middle of a wolf's den. And the wolves just woke up because they smelled you in the cave. You're not getting out of there alive.
Smelled you in the cave. That's weird, man.
or if you want a more disgusting analogy, here's a more disgusting one.
Please.
You're a 600-pound female who went to bed one night.
Fantasy. Keep going.
And when you woke up in the morning, you were in the middle of D block of a male's maximum security prison.
Oh, Dex, got dark.
Oh man,
this got so dark.
What's gonna happen to you?
It's like it reminds me of what's the red suited anti-hero? he says it's so dark. Deadpool. It's like it's so dark. It's like a DC. It's like you're from the DC universe. He says that in the second one.
Well, that's what it's like, folks. I
have a question about that's amazing and disgusting all at once. Dex, with this, and this is for V too. With this next move in crypto, one of the reasons it's going to go bigger. I'm going to state this as a fact, and then you rip it apart or agree, whichever works. Right. Harry, I can't say his last name in the comments. Is sick. You grossed him out. He's throwing up. So this time we're going to see a lot more institutional money in when cryptos move. Am I right?
Correct.
Now, is that going to? I mean, I'm expecting. And what do I know? But my gut and all the things I'm learning tells me that it's going to be a parabolic move.
Correct.
Is it going to be? I mean, it's easy to trade a parabolic move. You buy and you set stops, right? Correct. So, it seems like, and this is something that we've talked about before. I don't know if it was on Rogue or not, because you and I talk a lot. One of the things that happened and got people so killed last time is that many of us had sort of a magical view of cryptos, that they're these sort of magical. they're outside of the system of the elites who are running the shadow government. They're for the people, by the people. And Litecoin's going to come out with its latest Amazon deal, and it's going to go to the moon and stuff like that. And I think one of the reasons you were ridiculed is because you didn't view cryptos from a magical perspective. You viewed it as something to trade. And I think it's the right perspective. And I think I said this, maybe it was the last time the three of us talked. I said, if I were following you, I think I probably would have hit 75-85% of the top of my portfolio. Probably wouldn't have gone as high, but I would have kept 95% of it. So it would have been a little bit more of a disciplined rise up, instead of just hodling and having these miracles all the time. It would have been a more disciplined increase, but it would have been a much, much more disciplined out. I would have been out of the market so long before I was, which was way too late.
Yep. So, and that's because a lot of people too, they don't use stops when they trade.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Well, and that real quick, that brings me back to the magical thing. Litecoin's magical. I got to keep it. I'll never get it again because it's going to be $1 million tomorrow, and etc. And that's what I'm talking about. Not wanting to use stops because EOS is going to be $1 million coin. I got to keep every one of them.
Yeah, I mean, there are different types of stops. Don't get me wrong. There are hard stops, meaning that you literally have a stop loss working in the market. And then there's soft stops or mental stops.
Right.
You say, okay, I'm not going to place a physical one, but if the price gets to this price, I'm getting out.
Gotcha.
All right, and I get that. And for you equity traders out there, I know you're probably laughing at me like I don't use stops. Of course you don't. Not with equities. You don't have to if you're not using leverage. All you got to do is just hold it, and you can watch your stock go to zero if that's where it's going to go. But you can only lose the amount you pay for the stock plus commission. So you don't necessarily have to use a stock with stocks. You have other things that you can do to protect your open positions with equities, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking
Yeah.
about people who are in parabolic markets. All
Yeah.
right. And this can be stock. This can be a stock. It can be anything. Super parabolic bull markets are gifts from the trading heavens that come pretty much once in a lifetime. All right. Sometimes twice. And you want to be on board when they come because once they're gone, that's it. You know, you'll be telling your grandkids about it, but that's it. So we had that. We had the bull market of the 90s. It was unparalleled. All right. It was
Yeah.
the predecessor to what we saw happening now. Okay. Obviously, the Dow is much higher now than it was back in that bull market of the 90s before the NASDAQ bubble bursted. So you got a second chance to get involved in the equity market. But here's why most people have missed the bull run in the equity market. It's because they got burned so bad in the 90s when the NASDAQ crumbled in 2000. That just left such a sour taste in people's mouth that they said they didn't want anything to do with the markets ever again.
Yeah.
So they missed this last run. Same thing with the Bitcoin people. You know, when the Bitcoin crashed from 20,000 down to where it is now, a lot of people got hurt. A lot of people lost everything. Some people even got long at 20,000 listening
Jeez.
to the wrong advice.
Yeah.
All right. So what do? They don't ever want to come back to a market because they say you can't beat the machines, you can't beat the bots and the high frequency traders, and you're absolutely correct. You cannot because you don't have an algorithm to compete with theirs. But you do if you sign up for the watcherstrade.io. You will put the algorithms on your side. You will have access to something better than the high frequency bots, and that's the post wave price triggers. So you'll be all right. All right. So you'll be all right. But you got to come and you got to get that knowledge before you can do anything. You got to do the knowledge to everything, folks. You just can't listen to talking heads, you know, on YouTube now. You know, it's like the alternative news media has been co-opted by the mainstream news media. They've actually put their own people there to take away viewership from the well-established alternative media. I don't know if you guys have noticed that or not. Most people have not. You got people that come out of nowhere and all of a sudden they're experts in conspiracy theories and conspiracy facts. They're experts in markets and trading. They have no history on social media whatsoever. They have no YouTube channel going back a decade giving you market, you know, information that was actually correct. They don't have any of that stuff. Nothing. But people are eating up whatever they say like they're an expert. And they're not an expert. They were never an expert. They did not get paid on Wall Street to trade or to build trading systems. They didn't get paid for that. But yet they're on YouTube and social media saying they did. And they're lying. And when you say, let me see your charts, matter of fact, tell me what do you think so and so is going to do? They tell you something ridiculous. It doesn't happen or come to pass, and they never get called on it. And if you try to call them on it, they'll just delete your comments or try to get you banned from YouTube altogether or social media altogether. So that's what we're dealing with right now, folks. You got a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing. So you got to look at track records, folks. Track records speak volumes. That's why every video I've ever done on markets is still up on my YouTube channel going back years. All right? Years. Okay? In bear markets and bull markets. Everything from
Dex.
stocks to cryptos. Yo.
Hey, Dex. You think maybe the Aussie dollar is getting ready to break out of the Kumo cloud on the daily chart?
That's exactly what it's. Look, that's exactly what people think. And to be
I'm
honest
asking you.
look, I tell you right now, you are in the Kumo cloud. So remember we talked about that. That means that you're up, down, up, down, up, down. So you're looking at basically day trade entries.
Yeah.
So you're looking to get both long and short if the opportunity presents itself. You did have a crash alert coming into today.
Right.
That you cannot ignore. So you're expecting today to be a down bar day, if anything. Does that make sense?
If you're gonna day trade it up, you should have a tight stop.
Exactly. If you're gonna ride it up, you gotta have a nice stop. So basically, what you're basically saying in a nutshell is that you don't see that the crash alert is going to play out per se, even though technically, if you take a look at it, it kind of did for a little bit. You could have made a few pips on that short, but then now it's in a breakout rally mode, and you're looking at your price trigger, and guess what? It's pretty much there.
Yeah. No, it's long now. I'm long.
So
yeah, I'm adding though because
you're doing the right thing. You're doing good. You're following the system.
I did a tight stop on and adding to it. So
that's what's up. See,
I'm
folks, that's how we do it. And yes, we eat our own cooking. We are exposed in the market with you, not just telling you to expose yourself.
Oh, we're exposed.
No pun intended.
You can't imagine what happens in this chat room. Nobody cracks me up like nobody cracks me up like me.
There you go.
Oh man.
Probably my biggest character flaw is how funny I find myself.
Oh boy.
people get mad that I laugh. I can't help it. I think I'm funny.
No, you are, dude. You're hilarious. It's like every time I get together with Frank and the families, we all get together. Frank's hilarious. He is so.
No one's funnier than my wife, though. My wife. I will stand by this till the day I die. My wife is the funniest person I know. She's crazy.
Wow.
Anyway, thanks for that tidbit, Dex. Hey, we got to get Dex out of here, man. He's got a thing he's got to do. So as awesome
Dex,
as this
you got to run,
is,
buddy.
Yeah, we thank you, man. It's so much fun, buddy, to talk to you. We appreciate you being here.
Likewise,
Absolutely.
man. I enjoy being here.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you all for stopping by.
Yep, I'll see you guys later in the chat room. Right now,
it's breaking out of the cloud. It's hitting the cloud right now. It's hitting it. It's breaking. I'm watching.
So Frank, why don't you close it up, man? Why don't you tell people one more time? This Friday at 1 p.m. we have the webinar going on, and reiterate that one more time.
We're gonna do
Crash Course all about.
It's cryptocurrency crash course. And we're going to start out by talking about just the basics, how to get into cryptos. And this is more going to be like a checklist. Like you start here, then you do this, then you do that. But we're also going to give you a little crypto mini course. And it's going to take you from buying or acquiring cryptos to how to send them around from wallet to wallet. And then if you want to really learn how to trade them, the Watch's Trade Room has a crypto trading quick start guide. So anybody who joins, this is the thing you have to understand about Watch's Trade. It's a full featured. Someone just joined the room right now. That's awesome. It's a full featured education platform as well as the daily trade signals. And me and Dex go live a good 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week. We have a Sunday night show. So like, for example, what Mondays is for the people in the room, it's what Sunday nights. We go live Sunday night and we literally look at what Dex is trading that week and how he's going to play it. And you have the same information in front of you that he has. I mean, that's nuts. Right. And then we post that on YouTube on Mondays. But if you're in the room, you can have that Sunday night by 7 p.m. or something like that Eastern. So and then daily we'll go in and we'll answer people's questions and we'll look at charts and we'll talk about what's going on. And we do a lot of screen sharing. It's very interactive. So we don't do YouTube, which is semi-interactive. We do Zoom meetings and then we record them and we show them to people later. So it's super interactive. People are asking us questions. We're talking. They're opening their mics. Really a lot of fun. So anyway, you can get a taste of that on our webinar Friday at 1 p.m. And as I said, we're going to give you a password to get onto a site where you can have a crypto mini course to follow up after that. All you need to do is register. Even if you can't be there on Friday, register for it, get your email in there, and we'll make sure that you get access to that later on. So the link's in the description. Thanks, V. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you all for listening in. And again, folks, check it out. With that being said, we're over and out.